everyone, Jeri Bellini here for my Arts and Parts, transitioning my name over to recycled parts for art because I love to recycle. Anyway, today's video I'm going to share with you how I make thank you cards using old shipping tags or new shipping tags. Better yet, get yourself some old file folders and cut them up into the shape of a shipping tag and poke a hole in them. That's what I usually do, but today we're going to use these shipping tags. What you're going to need is some book text, some old paper, maybe some painty papers, whatever you want to use. I am going to use book text, and I will be right back. So I have some dictionary paper and some old book text, and I'm just going to rip it into random sizes and shapes, and I am going to glue it down on this card. And my intention is not to cover the whole card, all right? So I'm going to do that to a few cards, and I will be right back. You can use paper bags too. Those are kind of cool, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. I have glued down some book text on a few cards just to give you an idea of where I'm going with this. Okay, now the next step is to get some paint on top of this so they don't look so new and vibrant. So you're going to need some gesso, so go grab yourself some gesso. And I put mine in a ketchup bottle and a brush, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Now I'm just going to pull one of these out of here. You can use your finger, you can use a paintbrush. Let me just pull you in a little closer. Okay, so I can start out with a paintbrush and just get some white gesso on here, and you want to have a baby wipe handy. Okay, and you know what? It's just more fun to use your finger. Go back and forth, use both. After you get some gesso on there, you just want to kind of wipe back a little bit of it. It's the grunge look we're after. Okay, I have some gesso, and I just did the top. You can do the back if you want on all these cards. And the next thing I'm going to do is take a Stabilo pencil, because these are water soluble. So when some water hits this, it's going to give me a nice bleedy look. And I'm just going to mark the card up a little bit, and then I'm going to go back over it with some water. So I'm going to do this to all the cards, and I'm just kind of outlining the paper, and you see I'm just kind of doing things random. And you can always go back and add more. Okay, so I'm going to do that to all 5 of my cards, and I'll be back. So now I want you to get a water brush or a regular paintbrush and some water, and I want you to activate the Stabilo pencil. Okay, and don't overthink it. Just kind of have some fun. See how I'm moving my paintbrush around really quickly? And I even color in some of that stuff and get some color on there. Okay? Where am I? Here we are. All right, so do all your cards. Okay, here we are. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can get a better look at some of the cards, and they are just like kind of grungy looking, and I don't worry about if I get stuff on the back. So you can, if you feel like you're too dark, your lines are too dark, keep a handy wipe handy, a baby wipe handy, and then you can just wipe back some of them. Okay, so you're just kind of getting a grungy look over it. After you do that and you're happy with it, if you want to have some lines, which I really like, switch over to a pencil. This is a general pencil from Kimberly. And I really like it. And so you can just outline, make some pencil marks. Okay. And this is not going to move, you know, with wet media, okay? So I like to use these at the end. Okay, so like that. Just make some marks. All right, we're still zoomed in a little bit, so I'll just show you. See what I did? I just kind of went over with this pencil and just made some marks that aren't going to come off. Okay, now the next step is I am going to put a little bit more splatters of paint on here. So I am going to just keep using my gesso, and I am just going to dab at it. Okay, and keep your baby wipe handy in case you feel like you just went a little too far. You can put some ink, use your ink pad, and go around the outside edge. See? And I am staying in a black theme. I have done a lot of cards with brown as well. All right, so whoops, where are we? Here we are. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting some stamps on here, and I am going to use a little sentiments. I'm going to be using words from these two stamp sets from my beautiful friend Gina Bronzini Aarons. She made these, and I'm going to put a link in my description box for you if you're interested in purchasing her stamp sets. I love her product, and I'm going to be using some of the words down here. So I picked out two. I picked out Dream Big, which is right here, and Imagine. And it's really hard to read these backwards, so I always double check and do a stamp over here. So I like to put a sentiment, and I'm going to kind of put it on the bottom, and I don't care if it's crooked. In fact, I like things crooked. And when you apply a stamp, hold it there for a couple seconds to make sure it gets a good connection. At least that's what I do. Dream big, and I love that. Okay, so I'm going to use a few of her words, and I'm going to stamp up. And I'm doing my stamps kind of on the bottom half of the tag because I'm going to do something else right up here. So I'm going to do my stamping, and I will be right back. I punched out some little flowers using this flower punch. I have it in two sizes, so I punched a bigger one and a smaller one. You can use jelly paper, you can use whatever you want, and you can do other things here too, but I feel like it just needs a little dimension and it needs a little something up here. So that's what I was thinking. And I always put things off to one side. You can glue it down, you can eyelet it down, you can do a number of things. I have this little thing, I can't remember what they're called. So I'm just gonna punch a hole here, so I'm gonna mark it. And it's cute, it's really cute. I think it's adorable. So as I said, you come up with your own imagination, things that you can put on there. I just did a single layer of this one. You can stamp on the paper. You can do a million different things. So I'm going to finish my 5. I'll come back and show them to you, and we'll wrap up this video. All right, so I am back, and these are my finished cards. I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I recycled. So I used some of my leftover things, some old book text, some paper bag, some leftover ribbon, some jelly prints, and I also used these little things for the center. I used eyelets, I used a stapler, and then the final thing that I did is I took a gel pen and I just went on and just kind of scribbled a little bit more. I also did add some washi tape. I don't know if you noticed that. Just little bits of washi tape on these two. And I stayed with the black and white kind of theme. I really like the way they turned out. And if you purchase something from me through my Etsy shop or through my new website, you will most likely be receiving one of my cards as a thank you. I left them plain on the back so I can write a little note to the person that makes a purchase. And I appreciate your support, and I love to recycle, reuse, recreate, and I hope that you will give this a whirl. And please leave me a comment below and share, like, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a blessed day full of love and art. I will see you again soon.